That's awesome. Right. Hopefully soon we will see the game, we will watch the game, we will talk on the game, and then the game will be over and someone will win the game.
Please sell brand marketable plushie at Costco. Costco exclusive.
So we've got Daffy Denominator versus Cooked Court. It's going to open on Scorch Gorge Rainmaker, then we're going to flip over to Humpback Pump Track Tower Control, and then we're going to finish off the set with a potential Game 3 on Ramen Clam Blitz.
Quote by Heart of More in Twitch chat, acing, play Luna, or you're throwing.
True.
No. Okay, never mind.
I'm sure you're a big fan of Scorch Gorge Rainmaker, given how big of a fan you are of Scorch Clams.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humpback Tower Control is a very interesting map to have in the pool as well.
All three of the modes are interesting.
Yeah. There's a lot that can go right here, but there's also a lot that can go very wrong, and either way it's going to be a blast to calm this.
Whoever is on...
There's the teams. We're going to be seeing the Undercover again. We're going to be seeing on the team of Cooked Court, Tiatak, Dat, 5, and Qdai. Qdai playing the Clash and the Junior. I'm expecting to see a lot of splat bombs this set. Particularly on a map like Ramen. I assume
is that kid's dad?
Yeah. It's like the situation on 8K Ping, how one of the members of 8K Ping was that member's dad.
Oh yeah! Well, X-Man's dad was on 8K Ping.
Yeah. Which is fascinating to me.
Bro got his dad the Wink Band. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Not many people can walk around and say, yeah, my dad is Lowing Band.
Pop Gun.
Except Pop Gun.
PJ can do that. I believe the dad on 8K Ping is the oldest person to ever be Lowing Band. Although I might be wrong on that. I think it used to be Pop Gun.
It used to be Pop Gun, and now I think it's X-Man's dad.
Yeah, I think X-Man's dad was either late 30s or early 40s. I don't remember.
I'd have to look that up.
Yeah.
I'd have to ask X-Man himself.
Yeah.
Imagine just going into someone's DMs one day and just be like, "How old is your dad?"
And then you'd have to take off like a year since they got banned in like what, June, July time.
I'm not sure when.
It was a while ago.
Someone in chat, do you by chance know when 8K Ping got Lowing Band?
I like the discussion of older tournaments, like the old Lowinks. I was playing in Lowinks when ITAP was around, when the Wiggly Phantoms were like struggling to make day 2. It was awesome. Oh. When Swiss was a single bracket, stuff like that. I'm interested specifically. Also, this is where we learn that Alive is a squeezer one trick.
Squeezer one trick.
Yeah, the teams going into this, from what I'm seeing right now, on paper, Cooked Court seem to have a stronger set of weapons, but given that we've seen how well the Undercover plays with the Wiper and T-Tech, everything is still up for grabs in this set right now.
There's a chance we see double clash during one of these matches from Cooked Court.
I really hope not.
That would be hilarious.
Yeah, Clash Neo. I mean, Humpback Towers in the pool. Things can get very wild on that.
They could.
Also, Cooked Court seems to have so much more flexibility in their comps. Since Daffy Denominator again have a one trick in terms of their squeezer, and like the only backline option they have is Deathic on the ZF. Otherwise, they can't adapt around that much.
What do you mean? T-Tech is a backline.
True. Oh, if only there was a Wiper Deco. But again, if Daffy Denominator end up playing with insane pace here, like, who's to say what happens in the set? The only way we can find out is if the set starts, which it will, hopefully.
Eventually it will start, and we will be very happy.
Credit to streamers. The job of being a streamer in a tournament is so difficult. I could never. The amount of stress that you have to be under.
That's why I go for commentary. That's why I go for commentary.
Yeah. That's why I go for TO and analysis. Zero is alive? Okay. Message from Dethic. I believe that means they are all in the room, or the room is starting, hopefully in the next 100 seconds.
Let's go, Zero.
Yeah. So, Scorch Rainmaker is how we're going to open this. Again, the chip that we have on both teams is going to be interesting. Hooked Court can play around a lot more AoE, what with having Clash Blasters, Range Blasters, Explosher, and they've got a lot to work with here, especially with Tiatak, who has such an insane weapon pool of Shot, 52, and Hydra. There's a lot of wiggle room with comps like this. They have 2 backline options. They can play anything, and they can make like 4 or 5 different comps work minimum. There's a lot they can play for. They have good paint output. Daffy Denominator basically is going to rely on playing fast here. And with a map like Scorch Gorge Rainmaker, it's anyone's game with it being such a balanced map. It also depends on how far you can push after the first checkpoint. Because if you're able to pop the Rainmaker on the first checkpoint after claiming it, you can just run forwards and get another like 30, 40 points. Mm-hmm. And then you just need to pray at that point that that's enough to win the game and start defending. Since getting a second push is so difficult.
Wait a second. I think that dad is actually Dakid's dad. If I'm not mistaken.
That's interesting. I'm actually interested by this now. Do we have a way of verifying this?
I don't know. I went on to Sendu, and I mean...
okay, the set is starting now, but Datkid is on Cooked Court, so that's who we're seeing here. We've got the Clash and the Explo, the custom Explo playing together on the side of Cooked Court, which is going to make this quite interesting, assuming the colours have updated. Daffy Denominator, obviously we've seen them already. The undercover wiper combo could be extremely strong here. It depends on how I play about it. The Tri-Strike's immediately on opening, trying to open up space. 2 go down the side of Daffy Denominator. Now Cooked Court have a lot of room to move forward in. This is a wipeout on the side of Daffy Denominator already.
About, Undercover Umbrella being one of the weapons that are only available.
Yeah, especially being against a Clash Blaster, it's going to be extremely difficult. But the Reef Slider comes out, they're able to force people backwards. That's 2 down on the side of Cooked Court, but they're fighting against a single wiper. The Hammer comes out and is able to clean up against the final remaining players. They do have room now to move forwards, but there are jumps in. It depends on if the T-Tech can stay alive now. I assume they have retreated off of the plat. They have indeed. Daffy Denominator now needs to take as much space as they can. But again, cooler up on the side of Daffy Denominator. They can run forwards with this. They need to be very careful of potential sharks. To Zero emoting on the Rainmaker for some reason.
Let's go. We love default mid game.
The Explosher applying great pressure on the Rainmaker before they've even bothered to try and leave their flat. Strike's coming to just try and push the Rainmaker around. Who go down the side Daffy Denominator? Hooked Court have got 3 down. They can use this space to move forward and potentially force an even greater push. And that kid with the Rainmaker, they have a lot of... It's hard to tell how much room they have here because of how quickly people can move on this map. Undercover flanking to the far right is interesting. And just the undercover up now? That's a wipeout. They get a lot of points here, surely.
That should be a knockout as well.
Potentially. Depends if they get the pick here. Oh, the pick on 1 point. Daffy Denominator are still 2 down though. And that's 3 down. It is the Zap versus the T-Tech here in this situation. They're going to strike the Rainmaker.
Strike though.
There's potentially one more goes down. They're going to dunk. Oh, they picked directly on the edge of the Rainmaker again. Just the Explosher is up now. and presuming that they're still in their plat, however, occupying nest, and they managed to pick the Viper while retreating. Interesting.
Shocking.
Hooked Court have pushed to 1. Daffy Denominator now need to KO to win this game. And on a map like Scorch Gorge, that is so insanely difficult to do.
It really is.
Yeah, but 3 go down on the side of Cooked Court. Daffy Denominator are able to force points here. They need to be careful of the splat bombs here from the Clash and the T-Tech though, being able to stall so much time and space. 2 more go down the side of Cooked Court. They should be able to force this checkpoint.
This is 2 very aggressive going at it right now.
Okay, all checkpoints are down. That's a wipe on Daffy Denominator. Cooked Court can move forwards here. Oh no, wait, no, I was looking backwards at the map. No, what has happened? Cooked Court got the wipe on Daffy Denominator, which means they can move forward now. Again, Daffy Denominator playing for space here. They know that they need to pick the Rainmaker, they know that they need to move forward, but with a minute 20 left and the Rainmaker in the pit, this is going to be extremely hard for them to do. However, 3 do go down on the side of Cooked Court. Just the Clash remains. They do have a Trizooka, so they need to be very wary of this. However, they should be able to force a few points just by getting a couple of picks here. The Tetras go down. The Trizooka's out. That's 3 down. Just the Hammer remains, and the Splashdown's going to pick. Oh no, the Splashdown's forced him off the fight. Never mind, it has.
Kind of.
Yeah, I think it was an extra shot from the Explosion. The amount of space that Cooked Court have already taken from this wipeout is amazing. They have full control of mid already, and with the specials that they have ready to use like at their disposal. Also, just worthy noting right now, Cooked Court are playing this set coolerless.
Oh,
they don't have a Tacticooler. Daffy Denominator are playing with a Tacticooler, but Cooked Court are using that for an extra entry tool in strikes and reslider. They're able to very easily win fights, move forward, and it feels like
and T-Tech still has strikes ready at any time.
Yeah, it feels like this is going to be a win for Cooked Court, assuming the T-Tech just stalls the Rainmaker. However, they do go down to the Squeezer. There is potential here. They have taken the Rainmaker very early. Now they have 60 seconds to knock out the game. And with the Explosion running forwards, it looks like it's going to be less and less likely. And they do end up getting picked off, meaning game 1, in fact, goes to Cooked Court.
Still, I'm not giving up hope. This set could go either way. Yeah. So, this could be some sort of reverse sweep for Daffy Denominator.
Yeah, especially with, like, specifically the Clash Blaster. Like, Humpback Pump Track is such an interesting map for so many weapons in this game because it completely changes how a lot of them play. Weapons like Wiper specifically play way less effectively because of the massive mound in mid. They're not able to play around the ledges as easily either, which makes it very, very inconsistent on a map like this, and that is going to be a problem for Daffy Denominator.
Speaking of the big mound in the middle, that only makes Zuka much more effective.
Yeah.
If you stand on top of the mound and you're pushing, you can kind of just fire a Zuka in any which direction you want from on top of that stupid hill, and you're almost guaranteed to kill somebody as long as you can kind of see them.
Also, I see a lot of potential for Cooked Court here with their Clash Blaster potential. Being able to, since the tower path sort of rides along the line of window and into bunker and that sort of path that it takes, you can sort of just sit on window with a Clash Blaster and just rain AoE down on anyone that's moving alongside with the tower.
Speaking of AoE, Explosion.
Yes, there's a lot of potential here for specifically Cooked Court's comps. Daffy Denominator ideally need to change off of Wiper here. It's going to be very inconsistent on the ledge that we mentioned in mid. They need to play more steady as well. They need a way to consistently get picks, and since Cooked Court are playing without a cooler, they need some factor that cooler wouldn't give them. It's like they need either consistent picks or they need to play slower and just get. You can get outsped by cooler, but if you play more consistently and more slowly and essentially build a metaphorical wall of defense, then they can't break through, and then you can move that forwards and just zone them back and back further and further. There's a lot of potential for both teams here.
you still do need to be wary about where you put your tactical coolers on this map because the tower movement is very sporadic. I don't see a lot of tower control humpback pump track on in tournaments.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't really know exactly where the tower's going, so they wind up putting the cooler on the tower path.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting though, and we're going to find out how that goes now. Not many major comp changes, however, we are seeing the Sorella undercover on the side of Daffy Denominator. Playing around screen here is going to be interesting, especially with how effective that'll be at moving people off of mound, since you can't see it coming as easily. A lot of bombs in the opening, which you can expect from tower control. Torpedoes flying around everywhere. A nightmare for any slow weapons.
Torpedoes, everything. Not seeing any.
No picks as of yet, which is interesting. There have been specials gathered, Cooked Court being the first team to take the tower. The Clash Blaster does, however, go down. T-Tech down as well on the side of Daffy Denominator. And Squeeze down as well. It's consistently trades. There goes the Spatacular screen. And a single strike from Cooked Court before they get picked off. Daffy Denominator now control of mid. Delayed wipe on the side of Cooked Court, leaving just the Tetras and the Explosher. The T-Tech going for a play of moving behind the Explosher, especially with Tri-Strikes, is an interesting play. But they're going to get picked off here by the Clash Blaster. Cooked Court now also have control again. Back and forth opening, very much so.
This match is very exciting so far. I want to see how the...
A pick on the side of Cooked Court. Daffy Denominator do have the advantage. Specials being used by Cooked Court, though, to hold space. It is now a 2v2. Cool. The zap on Daffy Denominator goes down holding a cooler. That's going to cost them a lot of time. The screen up on the side of Daffy Denominator as well, trying their best to force people away. The Reef Slider on their plat, though, being able to force people back further and further.
And recover. There's a splash down as well.
Yeah, splash down tower, zone it out, make sure the teammates are far away. But this is going to be the end of the push for Cooked Court with a delayed wipeout. And now Daffy Denominator are going to start taking as much space as they can. They need to force people back if they want to stay in this set. There are still, obviously, 3 minutes. Anything can happen.
It's
Flash Blaster goes down on the side of Cooked Court. There is potential for a large push here. It's slowly being cooked up in the ovens of Cooked Court's plat. A flank on the side of the tower goes down. Cooked Court are now on the back foot. The splash down over the undercover, being able to pick them off. But they need 10 points for a lead now. 2 go down the side of Daffy Denominator. They might not be getting this. They're too far away from tower to keep it on the checkpoint.
Still, 10 points is not a lot at all, especially in Splatoon.
And the strikes on the tower as well. 2 down on the side of Cooked Court, but their T-Tech able to hold people in mid so effortlessly, it seems. The tactical goes down as well. Undercover currently riding the tower. They do have room here. They have a lot of options here. 2 down on the side of Cooked Court, and they need 10 points for a lead now. Splash down super jump. 2 people on block. And they clutch the lead up. They can now extend this further. They can make this as hard as they can for Cooked Court to get back into this game. Tactical down on the check. That's going to go down immediately. To 3 down on Daffy Denominator. Their Squeeze are trying their best to stay alive, but it's not going to work out for them. Wipeout on the side of Daffy Denominator. Again, it's only been another minute since we last mentioned the potential for a push. It's still anyone's game. There's still 100 seconds left. Daffy Denominator, it's not over for them.
Not over till boys that stupid whistle.
Yeah. 2 down on the side of Daffy Denominator. Cooked Court have potential to take back the lead, especially with how quickly they've moved into offensive positions. Zap goes down on the side of Daffy Denominator. This is potential for a big lead. The strikes being able to hold tower just long enough. And now it's just the Tetris alive. They're able to hold on to the lead for dear life. And it looks like Daffy Denominator are going to be able to hold this at least for the time being.
This is intense.
Yeah. Everyone is now also cooled up on Daffy Denominator. They are able to not feed per se, but they are able to take fights and win more consistently. And even if they don't, they do not get punished by much. 2 down the side of Cooked Court. 2 down the side of Daffy Denominator. It's picks for picks. It's consistent trades all over the map. But Daffy Denominator are not giving up the space.
That Explosion is trying to use their AoE.
It's also, there's always a special up consistently. A trade on the Clash.
Ow.
Yeah. T-Tech up with strikes currently. They're able to use that to hold the tower off if they so wish. However, they do need to think about the fact that it's so close to the end of the game, and Daffy and Denominator are currently pushing. The Reef Slider is brutal. And here come the strikes on the side of Cooked Court, being able to hold space. Here come the strikes for Daffy and Denominator. This is such a close game. The Clash is on the tower. They're holding space.
Can we get
it's so close. It's so close.
50-50.
Cooked
There
Court
it
takes
is.
the lead.
Cooked Court takes it 2-0.
A very, very climactic ending to the set. Unfortunately, it is obviously a 2-0, so there's something to be said about, like, again, I just realized, again, no cooler for Cooked Court. A cooler on the side of Daffy Domination. Cooked Court seemed to have much stronger coordination, much stronger positioning, and it's clearly paying off for them. They're able to beat teams with cooler in such dramatic fashion.
Oh, totally.
Round 3 is over for this team. Is this the end of Swiss now? I believe it's only 3 rounds of Swiss.
I believe so. This season has only 3 rounds of Swiss instead of 4.
Yes. I assume that's an effect of being hosted on the Nintendo Switch Online and trying out a new bracket format. However, as it says on the ticker currently on the screen, do not go anywhere. Semi-finals of your It's Dangerous to Go Alone 45 Master Bracket will be coming up after a short break, which will be starting soon as we get the word. But this will be the end of me and Crableg commentating the tournament. We will be passing off to Miss Pixie 6 and IMAD later on. They will be commentating your semi-finals and your grand finals for the tournament. And yes, welcome them in with much Twitch chat spam.
Please.
Crab, where can they find you?
They can find me on Twitter at CrablegCapital, no spaces, no nothing. Just CrablegCapital. Yeah. I don't know how I got that at. Where can they find you, Gran?
Well, they can't find me on CrablegCapital for first off. But they can find me, as on screen, as it says right now, at HydroGren. You can find me basically anywhere with that username. Go type it in, whatever. Give us both likes and your attention, please. That's why we're commentating.
You should totally follow us on all social medias. I only have Twitter. But still, go follow us. We're very cool people, I think.
Exactly. I don't think there's any other way to describe us, unless the chat has some choice words. But I'm hoping they don't. I'm looking at you. I think that's the end of our block.
We are the Costco people. Thank you for watching the preliminary rounds of It's Dangerous to Go Alone Season 45.
We will see you around.